All right, welcome back to Cooking Conspiracy, and guess what? That ribeye steak was a 2-pack, so we get to make the other half of it tonight, and we'll see what else we'll make. Maybe a charcuterie board or whatever, or maybe a different type of salad. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe something with apples. Maybe we'll make a burrito. I don't know. I mean, we got options, but let's get started. We are going to want a tray for this. Yeah. So, lighting's not terrible here. All right, that works. So we got some picante sausage, whatever. It is a roll of pepperoni, more or less. 1 ounce of this is gonna give you, 8 grams of protein. That's not bad. 10 grams of fat, but that's neither here nor there. So let's take some of this and just slice it. And this is just a snack plate to keep you from starving to death while you wait for your food to cook. Let's go ahead and sample out. We'll just line that up around the outside here. Got some cheddar cheese here. That'll go on there as well. I got some Swiss cheese. Pretty similar nutrition profile here. Turns out the Swiss has a little bit more protein than the cheddar. Who would have thought? What's going on, Jennifer? Wisconsin's cool. We like Wisconsin. I am making dinner. Let's see here. I'm gonna throw some blackberries on there. Well, nobody likes a hoodie, Mr. Pollard, but, that seems pretty aggressive, Not your usual icebreaker question there, bud. Some raspberries. Oh, I thank you, Jennifer. We're glad to have you. All right, go get a trash can. Oh, man. You got a little bad mark on your strawberries, just cut around them. It'll be fine. Now the big ones you can quarter, the little ones can cut in half. Well, right now we're making a snack platter or charcuterie board, however you say that one, but you know what I'm saying. Put the blackberries in the middle. But, you know, the real, what am I making? I'm making dinner. Yeah, these strawberries were cheap, and I'm seeing why. They're not very quality. So I'm just cutting out the bad ones, keeping the good ones. Well, welcome back, Patrick. Yeah, well, you know, unfortunately, I just have a blender chilling with me, so I'm gonna have to, you know, eat them like people have done since the beginning of time. Before cutting, Kenny, before. Because if you wash them all in the package has little holes in it, and that lets the water drain out. So once they drain, you can put them back in the refrigerator so you don't have to wash them every time you get the package out. Good for you, summertime. I'm happy to be fulfilling that need in your life. Looks like I'm out of cashews. I was hoping I would have a little bit more of something for a crunch. Or something salty. Hold on. Actually, all right, that's not bad. That's not a bad snack plate, yeah? So, making progress. Let's go ahead, set that out of the way here. And we're going to get started on our salad here. Cheese, yeah, we'll put this, we'll put this all in the fridge in a little bit. Let's not hurt anything. I need my drink. Berries, we're done with the berries. They can go in the fridge. All right, it's good. Strawberries are good. Oh, yeah. All right, on to the salad. Got a cucumber here. I'm really kind of sick of lettuce, so guess what? We're not going to use lettuce for the salad. You don't need to. So we're just going to, I don't know, make a little plus sign on your cucumbers, cut into fourths there. Yeah, I agree with you, Red Akuma, but when you need something cheap, I'm not toting around my heavy, good wooden cutting boards, you know, for hotel cooking, so it's not going to kill me. If you're worried about the microplastics and all that, yeah, you know, you probably should stop using laundry detergent, because guess what? There's plastics in that as well. Alright. As you can see, a quarter of a cucumber was actually quite substantial. Cucumbers in. I got some red onion. I happen to like red onion. Not everybody does. Now, I'm gonna use a little bit of red onion, you know. You don't have to. I'll give it a little bit of bite. If you got a little bit of lemon juice or a little bit of vinegar or something, just to give the red onion a quick little soak. If you're going to put it in raw, it goes a long time. Yeah, I don't think that's one of them conditions you grow out of, Bendy. But, you know, how long have you been being picked on so you feel like you got to, you know, try to bully people on the internet, just get a reaction so you get your screen name read out loud, because that's probably the highlight of your life because of what a big old loser you are, Bendy, you know? I don't know. How long have you been unemployed? It's probably about the same distance, Bendy ho. I don't know if onions are greatest of all time, but they're pretty good. You know, that's been known to happen in the past, you know. What's going on, Danny? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Diced red onion going in. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, onion definitely is a crucial ingredient. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of a time where I would not want onions on a sub. And Bendy ho, your mother, you know, has a face that looks pretty similar to a horse's ass, so, you know. I don't know, just somebody trying to make fun of Down syndrome kids. Slice up some of these little grape tomatoes. Why would I do what? Let's see here. Got an apple. We're going to take about, I don't know, about this much of it. I guess you could peel it if you wanted to. Personally, I don't like getting apple skin in my teeth, so yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know, like, one, it's not even creative. I mean, it's just, it's not funny. It's an old joke. I mean, if you're going to be a troll, at least be a good troll. I mean, you're making fun of people with Down syndrome on the internet, you really got nothing going for you. I'm just put a little bit of oil on it. I mean, if you got olive oil, that's what you really need. I mean, all what I got for options for dressing, peanut oil, I think will actually be fine. Or mayo or ranch dressing. I guess it could do hot sauce too, but we're not going to do that. A little bit of pepper, some seasoning on there, and a little bit of salt. Bring those flavors out. Fuck my oil go. Shit. Huh. Never mind, I don't have oil after all. I thought I did, but turns out I didn't, or I lost it. It's MIA. It's missing in action. Chatters need to take a break from politics. Yeah, I don't know what that's related to making the salad. Yeah, Christ is cool. Yeah, but yeah, once again, you know, what does that have to do with anything here? Yeah, well, it gets stuck in my teeth, pretty girl, princess. So, whatever. Mix it up, get that salt, get that sweetness of the apple. The salt will draw out some moisture from the vegetables and the tomatoes and whatever. I might be able to get away without having to dress this salad, actually. We're going to get a little bit, though. Just a little bit of ranch. We don't need to go crazy or anything on it. Olive oil and vinegar would work much better, but, you know, you use what you got. Just a little bit. If I had Parmesan, yeah, I would. Where is my beer spelled wrong? All right. Now let's give it a little taste test. And if you want to add a little bit of protein, you could add a little bit of that Swiss cheese to this salad, and it would be excellent. All right. All right, for the next stage. But all right. So we're looking pretty good there. I'm looking pretty good here. Oh, come on, Rational. You really think this is a salad stream? Meat, cheese. I'll come back up, you know. We're done with this, we're done with that. I'm just gonna clean up for half a second here. Take this way, take this way, bears are in the fridge. Oh, man. Now we talking, yeah, toaster bath, well, yeah, well, maybe you should, you know, don't know what to tell you about that Hulk Hoganista, other than quit trolling or call somebody you know. Okay, near miss there. Now, sometimes your resources are limited. Make it work. Get your ventilation going. Oops. Yeah, now we gotta let this preheat. That'll be good. Guess we can leave the door shut until then. Does it get hot enough for the sear? I'm not a great sear Rational. I mean, but it's not terrible either, you know? Have some patience. Wait until the light turns green, yeah? Oh, well, the chances you live near Albuquerque, New Mexico, Saddle Girl. Not just a traveling, work trip, you know. Hence, back to the couch cooking. And cooking a steak on George Foreman. How you doing, Saddle Girl? Diamond gutter base. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make a Michelin star meal here, Rational. I'm just trying to make a halfway decent meal here. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lot more fun to come visit me in Hawaii than come visit Albuquerque. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I got 2.5 weeks. We'll see with government shutdown could change things if that happens or not, but, you know, we'll see. But middle of February, I think. So I'm going skiing this weekend at Wolf Creek, so I'm pretty excited about that actually. Now it's been a shit winter for snow, but it'll be good. Yeah, Wolf Creek, and then I'm gonna go somewhere weekend after next weekend too. Shorter probably. Well, all right. So I got our steak here. I got some steak fat. Let's just go ahead. We're just gonna give your grill a quick little rub down with this little guy. It's just a chunk of fat here. I ski. You know, my life depended upon it. I could snowboard, but I much prefer skiing, to be honest. Snowboarding has got a better marketing team, but skiing is way more pleasurable and enjoyable, and you don't feel like you got hit by a train. You don't spend the whole day on your ass. But some people like it in the ass, but I'm not one of them. I don't like my ass hurting, so yeah, I prefer skiing. It's a thin grocery store ribeye. What actually makes a pretty good cook. We'll see how it goes on the whole George Foreman here. We're going to give it, about 4 or 5 minutes, probably 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, and let it rest. It'll be good. Well. The moral of that was I don't like my ass hurting in general. Skiing is way better. But to each their own. I think I found your TikTok. I'm not sure. Saddle Girl / Amy. I don't know. Touche. I mean, snowboarding has a much, much better marketing team. And generally, the people that snowboard are cooler. But then you're always waiting for them. And I don't know. I guess if they can actually snowboard versus just like scraping all the snow down the mountain and leaking down, and instead of going like, they go all the way down the mountain. These things happen, Tompkins, These things happen. Well, it's not a bad sound. I mean, I guess you would want more of a sizzle, but oh yeah. I mean, he's just trying to get across the finish line now, isn't he, Rational? What's going on? I'm thinking each other saddle girl. I mean, I think you would probably have a better chance of that. Oh, what do I know? I don't know. I will say horse girls are never boring. You know, I think that's been confirmed. I don't think anybody would argue that. I got a little charcuterie thing going on, a salad. I make a burrito. Who knows? I haven't ate much today, so I'm pretty hungry. Oh, crazy, definitely. I mean, that comes with the territory. It's just like which side of the hot crazy line are you on? Yeah, I agree. And this is a thin steak, but I think it'll be okay. Gonna take that off. Put some foil over that. Where'd my foil go? Well, yeah, you know, I think that's a reasonable assumption, Kramer Hall Bandito. Alright, well, that's stew. Got some fries. I said I was gonna, you know, defrost them before I tried this again last night, but I need some filling for the burrito, so, or a side dish for the steak. I'll let the steak rest for about 10 minutes. Probably will take about that for the potatoes to cook here. I don't know about that. I have, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, I don't have a good read on the hobby horse people. I don't know if they're, I don't know. I've never dated, never been with one of the hobby horse people. I don't know if they're crazy or just as crazy. I think they got some issues though, right? Yeah. City people are into some weird shit. Well, if that's your thing, all the power to you. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's almost like we even got electricity in the country, you know? here we got an avocado here. We're gonna turn that into a quick little guac situation. Don't have any lime juice here, so guess what? You're just gonna use hot sauce with some acid, you know, and just leave out the cayenne pepper or chili powder when you make guac. It'll be fine. Oh, well, you know, what's the vector? How far north are we talking? You're driving to Canada. I ain't trying to donate a kidney either. Yeah, that was clever. Oh, I'm getting in the shower. Text me. Ah. Very smooth operator there. To be fair, I don't think the horse smell ever leaves horse girls. I mean, you can tell. Not that that's a bad thing, but, you know. What's up, E.T.? Let's see. So we got avocado in there. This is a dirty guac. Feel like you got some typos or grammar that's making that hard to read. I get where you're going with the insult, but it might be more effective if we could evaluate like what exactly you're trying to insult. This is why typing and punctuation is important, folks. I think Rational's trying to say wash your taint, but I'm not sure. And I think that's probably common practice for everybody when they take a shower, but, you know, what do I know? Alright, garlic powder. You know, the thing is, I mean, you're more effective as an insulter or a troll or counter offense if you don't leave low-hanging fruit for people to counter attack. So you got the garlic powder, you're going to go in with some salt, and you're going to go in with some pepper. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, Kramer Hall. It could be just, you know, Southerner that was trying to sneak ain't in there. Some pepper in there. Now here's your acid here. Yeah, you could have gone to daycare in Minnesota, that's true. Could have been like the one kid in the daycare center. Sorry, that Leering Center. Yeah. Plenty of hot sauce in there, so it'll be a spicy, dirty guac, you know? I don't know, I find it hard to believe you know everybody on YouTube. That's a pretty strong statement. And we'll go ahead and mash up the avocado into the hot sauce, into your seasoning. You know, and it's not going to be that bright green color because No one said you were rational. No one said you were. Well, I think just the comment was your spelling, you learned it in a Minnesota Learning Center, you know. Anything beyond that, you kind of jump to a couple conclusions there. What's up, VIP? Huh. I didn't see that coming. This is for burrito we're going to make after this, so let's go ahead and put a little bit of foil on that. Yeah, I mean, obviously lime juice would be preferred, but I don't have that. But a lot of times when you got to think about what you're putting into it. I mean, if you make your if you put chili or cayenne into your guacamole, anyways, lime juice, vinegar, pretty similar. Hot sauce is just vinegar and some sort of chili pepper, really. So. I mean, it's an acid. Mix and match, close enough. Okay. Another couple minutes on these fries, we'll pull out. Need an on-time pull out, as always. Where are we going to dip our fries in? I think mayo. Yeah, that'll work. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I think you go. You know, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, but I'll take it as a sincere compliment. You aren't cooking Wally Pizza? What do you think we're doing right now? Yeah, canned sauce is okay. Oh, I think you go. Another 2 minutes on the fries. That steak is wrapped up in foil. It's going to be just fine for another minute or so. Yeah, we'll consider that, Danny. I am Wally. I am. You need your own signature sauce, you know. Sauce, you know. I do pretty good on, you know, the wing, you know, I do kind of like a hot barbecue or, you know, or a sweet buffalo sauce type of deal. I mean, mostly, you know, taking this person's sauce and that company's sauce and doing my thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Does a panini press or George Foreman, does that still count? You know George Foreman's grill is good because it's got the whole market, that whole product named after him. This company is actually Proctor Silex or something, but I don't know if panini press counts as a gadget. Yeah. Oh, we're making some fries right now, Cheech and Chong. No, I don't know. I'm not. Truth be told, I'm not usually a huge fan of ranch, and I prefer blue cheese over it. Well, Cheech and Chong, you hang out long enough, we're gonna do a dirty burrito, and I'll get the job done. Those fries are done. They're cooked through. Or at least cooked enough. What makes these fries even better is they cooked in all that rendered beef fat or beef tallow, whatever you want to call it, from the steak. And ribeyes do have a decent amount of fat and marbling and all that, so you can get away with that. And there's still going to be enough left over here in a little bit. Alright, so that's a little bit better. Cooking from frozen, your French fries are going to take about 15 minutes for these thick steak cut fries here. So about half of them here. We'll cover up there. Rational form. You know what? My snack plate for the evening, a little salad, It's not, it's not a bad little setup here, And for cutting a steak, hold on, I need a food porn picture. Show us the pink. Well, hold on just a second. Now, if you're cutting on paper plates with a knife, you don't want to fuck up the furniture, go ahead and put a cutting board or something underneath where it won't hurt it. Yeah, that, well, real chef probably isn't cooking in a hotel with a George Foreman, are they now? Mm-hmm. Overcooked it a little bit, probably 3 minutes, 30 seconds would be perfect on the panini press there. I'd say it's a good medium cook, a little bit past medium rare. What, shit happens. We'll dip the fries in some mayo. Learned that in Europe, but when that mixes in with the steak juice for the fries, it'll be excellent. A little bit of salt and pepper for the fries as well. Thank you, Rental Wellen. Yeah, I don't know what you have against mayo, but it looks like normal mayo. And mix it in with the steak juice. Add ketchup or barbecue, I would use that, but this is a condiment that I have available. Well, Pat, if you didn't live in your mother's basement and you had a job, and you were dating somebody that also has a job, you'd realize that sometimes that's just not the reality. I mean, ketchup's not bad. I mean, honestly, fry dipping ketchup mixed with mayo 50-50 is a really good way to do it. Personally, I like barbecue mixed with mayo, but everybody says I'm weird because of that. So I was right that you are living in your mom's basement. That's good on you to take care of your mom, though. Nothing against that. But the guilt trip ain't gonna get me, buddy. A1's just too salty for me. I am just looking. How are you doing? What do you call this? That's all vegetables, Renata. What's up, real deal? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. A little bit cooked past where I would have liked it, but that's gonna be a good bite, though. Yeah, that's kind of very kind of you, Pat. you know, I mean, if that story was true, I think you would realize that, in life, you don't have a perfect thing. When you have other priorities and commitments, you just can't have your girlfriend over every night and cook dinner every night when you work and she works. But, yeah, I mean, if you're really taking care of your mother and she's really dying, yeah, that sucks. And, way to be a good son. Not gonna make me feel guilty, though. It was a 2-pack, real deal. It was a 2-pack. Oh, I thank you, Ike. All right. Well, that's just a hunk of fat. Tempted to eat it, I'm not going to. I'm not saying I do, I'm not saying I don't, Pat, but I think I would rather have a mole on my taint than on my face or on my chest. Honestly, I think probably having a mole on your taint, other than, the once every couple of years where you gotta make the dermatologist look at your taint, I think that would be the ideal spot to have a mole. I mean, I don't know, I guess the first time you discover it, you would have to, it could be, awkward explaining that one to the dermatologist. No, I'm in New Mexico right now, just looking. I'll be back there. Work. I don't know, real deal. Comments like that are going to get me in trouble. Yeah, it's New Mexico. Now, unless you're into some really weird stuff, Pat, there's not many nerve endings in your taint. You either want to go up or down, north or south from there. But keep trying to pretend that you're not about 13. Oh, I thank you, just looking. Pat, you faked dying mother. You're not winning. I don't know what you think leading this chat means, but faking a dying parent, that's not cool. It's like staying in a wheelchair where you don't need one. Not cool. I'm feeling excellent, Cassandra. How are you doing today? I don't know. Lot King's had a pretty good run. Well, if that's really the case, you probably shouldn't be insulting people on YouTube and then using that as a, to win a dying mother as a tool to win an argument in a YouTube chat. Either way, not cool, man. Not cool. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I mean, if that's true, there's a lot of other shit out there that's pretty cool. Watch has a compass. Ah, yes, I see. No, I thank you, Renata. I thank you. Yeah. Nope, just finishing up a salad. Now I'm gonna make my burrito for lunch for tomorrow. All right. All right. So let's get this plug back in. Let's get this nice and hot. We're gonna want some cheese. We need some cheese. Okay, we got some canned chicken here. We're gonna go drain that off real quick. Alright, what we got going on? My dog loves the chicken water. Oh, yeah, I bet they do. Dog food burrito, yeah. No, sorry, Renata. Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, let's cut some cheese. We're gonna want to cut it thinly so it melts nicely. Alright. The thinner the better. Honestly, shredded cheese works great here. But one more thin cut of cheese will be perfect. Okay. And maybe a little bit more. One more. Perfect. Yeah, well, where do you hide the Caden? Well, I can't give away all my secrets. They could be watching. If you're good at something, you gotta know your worth, Kayette. 99 slices. Oh, I thought you were saying 99 cents if I threw a piece of cheese at the wall. I would be tempted, but that price would be too low. Alright, you got your burrito shell here. You're going to lay your cheese along the outside here. Doesn't really matter which way. But you want that to be kind of the base layer because you want that to be touching the heat so it'll melt, alright? So let's go ahead, put a little bit of mayo on there. Not a crazy amount. You don't need a whole lot of creaminess because guess what? That avocado mix you made earlier is going to carry a lot of weight. Yeah, best country in the world, hands down. I mean, if you even gotta wonder about that, then maybe this country ain't for you. I'll put the chicken reasonably close to the outside as well. And we got some of them fries to give it girth, potatoes. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe he's one of them insider threats, I don't know. If you got a question, the United States is great. You're in the wrong spot. What's going on, Cameron? Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah. Don't forget everybody, but you were here last night. Yep. Alright, I'll put some of that avocado on top. So the better part of the whole avocado is a little guy. Unless I could dip the fries in that. Well, yeah, I'd probably be jealous of America too then. How does making deals with China? That's not. Does that excite you people? Or locking down your truckers? I love the trucker protest. Oh yeah, that would drive Swoley mad. I haven't seen Swoley here lately. Now I'm going to take a little bit more cheese. And I'm just going to cut a little bit up just to put in the inside of that seal. And that'll kind of act as like a glue of sort that will help prevent this from unrolling. Because my light's green, green means go. And it goes. Ooh, yeah, we're just. Okay, it rotates. I'm new to this. We'll give it a minute, then rotate it, No liquor tonight, Yeah, well, if you haven't figured it out, then I'm not in my house. That's kind of on you. Uh, Hate to break it to you, buddy. Nobody in America is jealous of Canada. I mean, Canada's cool. It's got a lot of good people in it. A lot of cool things about it. I guess I'm a little bit jealous that you have more polar bears than we do. But no, any true American is pretty proud of this country. We got more fresh water than you do, and we own the Great Lakes. Ah, shit, we're gonna get a lease on Greenland or something. We don't need to own Greenland. What's up, Christina? How you doing, hon? I think we got some up in Alaska, don't we? I'm excellent. Just wind down for the night. That's fair. Toronto's a cool city, Danny. I didn't start the comparing countries. He was just saying, we're jealous. No. I mean, if you don't think whatever country you're from is the best country in the world, then one, maybe you should do something to make your country better. Or two, then move to where you think it is, you know, better and then adapt to their ways. Okay, one, Niagara Falls is a river. Two, we split that 50-50, although the Canada side of Niagara Falls is superior. I'll yield that point. Better view. But yeah, Lake Michigan, one, I guess we split Lake Superior, but we have Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, once again split a little bit. Erie, Ontario. Yeah. What do I have against Tanzania? Nothing. Cool. You're not real deal, but that's cool. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through and attacking somebody for the country they're from. That's a dick move. Just like going out and saying somebody's country is shit. That's not cool either. Yeah, poutine is good. But yeah, I mean, if I had to pick Canadian food versus Mexican food, I'm going with Mexican food. And I don't think it's close on that one. Yeah, I don't know. Name the capital of Tanzania without Googling it, Pat. It is not an OG. It's made by a company named Procter. Michigan. So I've been to Canada. I've been to Mexico. Lived all over. Lived in Japan. Lived in Italy. All around the U.S. Ooh, that's a toss up, Tompkins. But I'm thinking I'm going Mexican on that actually. Let's go ahead and have a good on time pull out as always. Okay, cross grill marks didn't really show up as much as I was hoping, but let's go ahead. You know. Spicy pork lo mein sounds good. Oh yeah, you can do a lot with the George Foreman. I do recommend staying away from fish because it's hard to get the smell out. Cooking fish, that smell does it gets into the curtains, it gets into the upholstery. Uh, Advise against that. Yeah, I supervise mechanics. Well, supply chain management, stuff like that. Mm. Definitely not the best burrito I ever made, but it's serviceable. So, got the guacamole, it's got the cheese, it's got the chicken. Better protein would have made a big difference if I would have just chopped up some of that steak and used that as a protein. That would have been on point. Yeah, I mean, I just don't like, having the whole hallway smell like the salmon that you cook. That's called being a douchebag of a neighbor. Mm. Yeah. Because let's be honest, I don't want my neighbor cooking kimchi or curry all the time. Not that kimchi and curry are excellent when you're in the mood for them, but when you're not in the mood for curry or kimchi, that's rough. Things you learn living in a duplex. Yeah, well, I was still hungry, real deal, so guess what? I'll make another one. Tomorrow problems. Probably will have the other half for breakfast. Oh. No, they come and go, Dark Horse. They come and go. Something like that, real deal. Maybe I'm just out here servicing clients. Yeah, well, good customer service goes a long ways. I mean, I would have thought everybody knows that by now. No, thank you. I eat most of my calories late at night. And most of the time, I don't eat breakfast and have a light lunch or whatever. I'm gonna start a half marathon training plan the other week, so I'm running a lot more. So, yeah, work in an office, work logistics. Don't really like talking about work on here because it's kind of my escape from work. Yeah, it was chicken, just chicken burrito. Didn't have beans or rice, so I just stuck in some French fries in there. Interesting take there, real deal, but there probably are some cucks that run marathons. I don't think marathons are exclusively for cuckolds, but no, yeah, you gotta have a little escape. Plus, it doesn't matter what company you work with. I mean, if you start associating with them, then you're representing them, and we're going to have a little bit of separation. Because what if your boss was one of them cucks that runs marathons? Then that'd be fucked. Once again, Pat, you're wrong. Now, cycling, I do have bike, but I think you would find a much higher percentage of cyclists are cuckolds than runners. Turns out they only started putting the cuckold chairs in hotel rooms after the Tour de France because all the bicyclists complained so much. You know, and it's so bad. The Italians have a specific hand symbol for when you're calling a guy a cuck. You just do that, and apparently that's calling somebody a cuck in Italy. It's awesome. Well, I think that's where grammar is getting into the real deal. I think he had two nuts, and I think he has one nut now. Oahu. Um, Interesting change of tack there, Pat. I'll be honest. When I'm walking, I hate cyclists. When I'm driving a car, I hate cyclists. When I'm riding my bike, I still hate cyclists. I always hate cyclists. But when I'm driving, I generally don't hate other drivers. And when I'm running, I don't mind other runners. Yeah, I haven't been to Maui. I'm going to take Emily there when I get back to Hawaii, so that's going to be nice. I personally appreciate people that cold roll bicyclists that get too far out into the road. I think that's appropriate. If you can't handle the time, don't do the crime. Really, I want to have just like one of them old-fashioned water fire extinguishers that I can just keep in the back of my car. So when I drive by bicyclists, I can have the passenger just spray them down as you drive by. I think that'd be awesome. Fire hose might be a little too strong. I think he was looking for the vocab word Peloton was what he was looking for. But cool beans, being that it's the second largest country by landmass in the world, it probably should. What's the only country bigger than it? Russia? Now, I'm not here to bag on Canada. Canada is a cool country with a lot of cool people. I'm sorry you're making deals with China. I mean, I don't think that's ideal. But sometimes you go fishing for a fight, you find one, Pat. But with that being said, food's all gone. I'm full. Well, not quite, but I got my snack tray back there with some berries and cheese and stuff for dessert. But we're going to call it a night, wrap up, and I don't know, maybe I'll go edit the parfait videos or whatever. Hosers are mostly nice people that don't enjoy politics as most Americans. Yeah, most people just want to live their lives and go on with things. Oh, what's going on, Babisha? You are late. We're just wrapping it up, but good to see you back. Maybe catch you. I don't know. Tomorrow I'm going on a quest for that hot dog stand from Breaking Bad, like the dog house or whatever, where it has a big wiener dog on it. So that's going to be my dinner tomorrow night. I'm actually really looking forward to it. Pleasure, Dark Horse. Hope to see you back again. I'm doing well, Beth Beach. Just about ready to crawl into bed now, so I'm super excited about that. And on that note, I am going to end it. Good night, guys. Night, Danny. Babisha, Dark Horse, Pat.
Real deal. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. See ya.